24/7, 365. The fantasy season never dies. Welcome to Every Day is Draft Day. Presented by Champions Round.
Hello, what is up, everyone? Welcome to the latest edition of Every Day is Draft Day. I am your host, Dan Turner. Joining me, as always, to discuss some NFL draft mock, Steffi Smalls. What's up, Steph?
What's going on, Eagle Dan FF?
Nothing. Carson Wentz got traded today.
I was just going to say it. How funny. He missed the NFC East, I guess.
He did. He must have been, he must have missed it a lot, apparently. I just think it's funny how Philly got absolutely crapped on for trading him in the first place, and then he got traded a year after that.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Traded before we even had a chance to make the pick. We traded for him. It's crazy.
Yeah, I can't wait to literally pull receipts on Washington fans anytime they say anything, trying to say that Wentz is better than Jones. I can go and just pull some nice little receipts of them mocking Wentz for years.
Pull it. Yep, it's going to be hilarious.
They also have like $2 left now because
they picked up his whole salary.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I mean, it's Washington. Do we ever really understand?
Yeah, I mean, they should have traded up last year. Now you guys blew it. So.
Yep. Well, that's that. So we're going to be doing an NFL mock draft after the post-combine. I will take, as always, the odd numbers because Steph hates picking first. So let's get this show on the road. Start draft. All right, so Jacksonville has the first pick. So I'm going to be going with Aiden Hutchinson. There we go. So I think that Aiden will definitely bolster a defense that hasn't been that good since they made their surprising AFC Championship run a couple of years ago. They have Trevor Lawrence on offense. Travis Etienne should be coming back. They could probably sign the problems are easier to fix in free agency for the offense, but they really just need to make over the entire defense. So I think Hutchinson will be a great start to that for the first overall pick. I know some people want to, draft Evan Neal there because they want to protect Trevor Lawrence, but I think in the long term, Hutchinson will be a better fit for them.
Yeah. And they franchise tagged Cam Robinson, their left tackle. So with all the cap space they have, with how deep this O-line class is, I actually don't hate that move at all. They can invest in a proven tackle through free agency because they have that, the money to do so, and then they can take a guy in a later round. Yeah,
absolutely. So right. I think the key part was them franchising Robinson. Once that happened, I feel like that's, you're not going to franchise tag someone if you're going to draft a replacement. If you're smart, 3 seconds later. So, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. So for you, as the Detroit Lions, you have the number 2 pick. Which way are you going?
I'm going to go with Kyle Hamilton, which is probably, it sounds like a basic answer, but, I think he is such a dynamic player. 6'4", 220, sub 4'6". He can remedy a lot of the needs that the Lions need, and kind of something that we always talk about on this show. It comes up a lot. The Lions are not a bad team. They just need more good players. So he's kind of that do-it-all playmaker for a very needy defense. He can provide coverage, box presence, blitzing ability, you name it. He kind of can provide that. So he can maybe band-aid some other areas as well since they are so needy. So I'll go with Kyle Hamilton. And, I think Michigan people and fans are going to be very happy with that pick as well.
Yeah, I think that's a really good pick up there. So with the Texans, whose needs are every position.
That cracks me up every time.
I want to give them a Kayvon Thibodeau. I think, pretty much just like with the Jaguars, the Texans need to rebuild their defense. They have Jonathan Greenard, who was a surprise. He's been doing really well. They could definitely use some more help along that defensive front. Davis Mills is the quarterback for now, and you can get running back later, and tackles pretty deep. But I think getting one of the premier pass rushers, there's some people that think that Thibodeau should be taking over Hutchinson. And the third pick is great value for them.
I was not expecting you to do that.
Woo! Surprises on every day's draft day. Surprises everywhere.
Okay. Cool.
I sniped you tonight.
I'm going to take a lineman here.
Okay.
I'm debating whether I want to go with Icky or Evan. I don't see Evan Neal falling, so I think that I'm going to take Evan Neal here. He can play tackle or guard, give them much needed help, get Zach Wilson a little bit more time. He didn't work out in Indy, which makes me a little weary about this pick because Icky had such a good showing. I also want to take Icky for the Giants, so I'm being selfish here, and I'm going to take Evan Neal.
All right, that's a great pick. I was definitely going to hop on him immediately if he fell to the Giants at the 5, but he didn't. So instead of that, I'm going to take Charles Cross for the Giants. Obviously, what?
You're doing that because I don't.
I know. Obviously, that's what you get for not picking first. I get to make both Giants picks. That's how it works around here. Charles Cross is obviously a great offensive lineman. The Giants really need offensive line help because it really hasn't been that good. In a couple of years, they tried, high-paying free agent signings and draft picks, and the draft pick they had a couple of years ago isn't bad, but I think Cross can go in there and start immediately and shore up that weakness on offense. What's your opinion?
He's growing on me, especially after his combine showing. Again, he'll be good for any team that needs to fill a very porous line. And we all know that the Giants very desperately need to protect whoever they decide to be quarterback, whoever they need to evaluate. They need to give that person the ability to be able to pass the freaking ball. And he's a good pass blocker, so that's fine. I'll allow it.
Excellent. You're up for Panther at number 6. Thank you for your permission.
Yes, I probably would have taken Cross here, so we'll go Icky. I don't think Icky's going to fall that far. We'll probably get dragged for that. I don't see him falling to 6. You could probably swap in Evan and Icky in any mock draft. I think that they both have reasons why they could go with that position. They're both going to go in the top 10. They need a new, with a new regime there, they need the protection. Again, I kind of in a similar position with Carolina where they need to have the time to be able to evaluate whoever is going to be their, under center. Probably the nastiest lineman in this prospect in a very, very good way. He's an instant starter, inside or outside, so he's going to make a team very, very happy.
No, I agree. I think it's interesting that all 3 tackles went 4, 5, 6. But basically, they're interchangeable. I think that Carolina needs that offensive front, like you said. You just perfectly. McCaffrey's getting hurt. They need a more balanced attack. They need to protect whoever the quarterback is going to be, because if not, then it doesn't really matter who they get. If they trade for Deshaun Watson or anybody, it's not going to work out. So it's a good pick for them there. Do you want to take this pick for the Giants, and I'll take the Falcons pick?
Well, what are you going to do if you do it?
I'll give it to you. You take this Giants pick. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, ideally, this pick gets traded. My ideal situation, someone comes in that needs a quarterback, whomever that may be. Maybe Seattle we could have a conversation about. Falcons might be interested. You don't know. There's a ton of teams that could make the argument to move up and grab this guy. Even Indy is interesting too. You can maybe start making a conversation about that. I'm going to go with Sauce Gardner. Everyone might not be super happy. They probably want another lineman, but there's really no one at this value. He offers, first of all, I love his confidence. Like, he's so swaggy too. I think it's because he offers skills all over. He's another one of those, like, he can band-aid a couple more spots. He's a very safe, plug and play pick for the Giants. And they can use that, they're another team. They have a lot of needs. He's a bigger corner. He never allowed a touchdown pass while he was with the Bearcats. He offers lockdown skills and everything that you want. I really have enjoyed watching his film lately. And again, he had an awesome combine, and he's again, those teams that like bigger corners, he's 6'3", 190, and just offers a lot.
No, that's really good. It's a really good pick. I like that. I think, shortening up the defense is absolutely key for the new regime. I think, building a back seven around Gardner is it's a great start for them. And I think they'd be really happy if they came out of like the first two picks, assuming that neither is traded with, a tackle and a corner that they could, keep around for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Thanks.
All right. So I'm going with the Falcons. I'm going to take Derek Stingley. Everyone was raving about, his play as a freshman. He was like the best cornerback on the face of the earth. And then he kind of tailed off, the past couple of years, but I still think he's an elite talent. I think that the Falcons desperately need an upgrade in their secondary. They're starting A.J. Terrell and Fabian Moreau. So I think Stingley can just go in there, start from day one and kind of start to rebuild that defense a little bit.
You're stumping me because now I don't know what I'm supposed to do with Seattle. I probably would have taken Kayvon, thinking that he fell. That probably would have been my next one. I think it's too soon for someone like Jermaine Johnson. I don't love that there. Again, this might be one of those things.
Malik Willis.
What?
Malik Willis.
I know. Which is where I'm going to go, because I think at this point, I think Malik goes somewhere in the top 10. If he falls to them at 9, you can't not take him. Like we talked about last night on our episode, they have the ability to upgrade at quarterback. Just because they have Drew Lock, that doesn't mean that's their solution. He's a dual threat passer. That's what we like in the league these days. We do have Drew Lock that, if there is, you have to do some kind of quarterback tango for a little bit while he develops. You can. He's also a great kid, good for the franchise. You're kind of getting that same characteristics that you had in Russell Wilson. And he, has one of the more gifted arms in the class. And like we said, there's a lot to like there, a lot of raw talent. I think that he could develop it, and he would have the weapons too. So that would change my opinion on DK and Lockett. He actually would. It would be a nice landing spot, but then you start thinking, let's hope that they figure out an O-line situation, because we don't love that for rookie quarterbacks when they go to a team where their trenches are crap.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So I think that's with the. He's going to be a Drew Lock. It's Drew Lock. But like you said, it's a perfect thing. Like, you can't allow what happened to Wilson to happen to Wills. You need to protect him a lot better, or he's not going to be able to make it in the league. He's going to need time, to develop into that passer. He's a pretty raw as a passer, but you got to give him that time. You got to give him, he can't be, running for his life every play. He's not as polished a passer as Wilson was coming out of college. So you got to give him that time to develop as well. All right, so with the final pick of our
I'm going to overrule you if you don't pick.
You're not going to overrule nothing. It's not your
Yes,
pick.
I am. I have to, because I really like someone here. So go.
I don't care. So, the Jets went offensive line in the on pick 4 with Evan Neal. So I'm going to continue that trend.
No, you're not.
I am, and giving them Tyler Lindenbaum. Boop.
Who'd you pick?
Tyler Lindenbaum.
Really?
Really?
Why does everyone love taking him in the top 10?
Because
people are obsessed.
Because he's a great player.
Yeah, I need to write down. I need to watch his tape, because I can't tape all this.
He's the best center.
He's on my. Consider him on my to-do list.
Okay, I will. He's a great center, and the last time that the Jets picked a tackle and center in the first round, it ended up being D'Brickashaw Ferguson and Nick Mangold. So, trying to repeat history, they, get those two cornerstones for the line for a long time, give Zach Wilson that time. Everything that we said about Evan Neal can be, applied to Tyler Lindenbaum. They currently have Calvin McGovern there, who's a failed, prospect from the Cowboys as a guard. So, just cementing those two spots will go a long way towards helping the offense for a long time.
All right.
Well, that will do it for this mock draft. I'm sure we'll be having more mock drafts later on as we get closer to the draft. Stay tuned at Champions Round for all of our awesome content, including Smalls Talks Balls tomorrow. Right, Steph?
Yes, definitely.
Excellent.
And we're also going to do we're going to do a rookie mock draft when we hop off here. You can check out our episode yesterday to our reaction to the Russ effect, the Russ news, how that impacts fantasy. And check out everything we're doing over there because we're just popping out content. My golf picks will be up tonight. Finalize that card because the weather is going to be shit. So made a couple adjustments and then went back to my original card. So that'll be up, and we will catch you guys on the flip.
Yeah, have a good rest of your week.